this season, so Mel Sterling plays in his usual Sheffield Wednesday position at right back. Ian Ferguson returns to the side to tune up for the cup final, but Ray Wilkins and Derek Ferguson are missing through injury, and that has given Sandy Robertson the chance to start his first match in the big team. Just turned 18, he made his debut as substitute last week at Dundee, and he's the son of Malcolm Robertson, who I remember well as a talented winger with Raith Rovers, Hearts and Ayr United. Aberdeen manager Alex Smith has decided to go for experience for this match, leaving youngsters Greg Watson and Ewan Jess on the bench. The only major omissions from that lineup being Willie Miller, who's being rested for next season after his recent spell of injury, and Charlie Nicholas, who's out with a damaged hamstring. So Willem van der Ark joins Paul Wright in attack, and Robert Connor plays his 48th match of the season for Aberdeen. He hasn't missed one competitive match since the season began last August, and nowadays that's a remarkable record. A momentous occasion for Bob Valentine from Dundee, his last ever league match. It began way back in August 1971 when Montrose played Albion Rovers, and he retires after handling the cup final next week. So a gala occasion indeed here at Ibrox. Capacity 43,500 crowd, enjoying the sunshine. Ian Ferguson challenged by Connor. Robertson sends a good pass to Sterland. Interception there by Irvin. Change of pace there from Bet. John Brown steps in. Mason and Sterling tangling. The referee Valentine right on the spot. Well, that certainly was an angry exchange. Mel Sterling and Paul Mason. Jim Bett finished up on the ground. Let's see this again. Mason going for the ball, Sterling on the ground. It was Jim Bett who went down, and the challenge there with Drinkle. Here's Robertson. Now Sterling. Poised on a run with the police chasing. Both players losing their bearings for a moment. Not a very good clearance. Ian Ferguson battling for the ball with Walters at the edge of the box. And thumped to safety in the end by Brian Irvin. The Rangers really do mean business. No question of this just being a celebration. Rangers are determined to win. There was Walters going through, and Irvin challenged well. There's Robertson. Well tackled by Ferguson. Very quick and powerful. There's Connor. Robbed well by Sterland. Trying a little bit trickery there, the Rangers fullback, but he had to concede the throw. Now Robertson can send a very long ball inside. Launching that right into the goal mouth. There's Terry Butcher. Richard Gough on the pressure. Paul Wright shot. Deflected by Grant. There was a foul by Van der Ark on Richard Gough. Look at that throw. Terry Butcher there. There was Richard Gough. Well, the challenge is made, I think, by Wright rather than by Van der Ark initially. Brian Irvin penalised for a bit of pushing on McCoist as the ball was in the air. Referee Bob Valentine standing by no nonsense. So Irvin back in defence, a very able deputy for Willie Miller. Played forward by Gough towards Butcher, cleared by Bett. Here's Mason. And intense pressure from Munro. Fine play by the fullback. There's McCoist. And excellent defending by McLeish. The referee has given a goal kick, saying the last touch is by McCoist. And what superb play this was from Stuart Munro. Look at the way he attacked his man, then drove the ball low across goal. McCoist and McLeish together. Gough goes in on Connor. Here's Paul Mason. Good deep cross. Right. Shipping it back towards Van der Ark. And the Aberdeen players looking hopefully towards the referee as Van der Ark was challenged by Goff for the high ball. Certainly more than hope than expectation. They were looking for that penalty award. Van der Ark was the target for Paul Wright for that little chip. Jim Bett taking the corner. A very unpopular figure at the moment at Ibrox. They sheltered on, there's Wright. Well, perhaps the best chance of the match so far, falling to Paul Wright. Created by Alec McLeish's head flick. There he was, controlling the ball to the left foot. A tight corner to play the ball into, but he missed. And the score sheet remains blank. Timmy's header. Here's Grant. Now Robertson, neatly down for Monroe. Terry Butcher popping up on the left. Mark Waters getting up well. Here's Drinkle. And a magnificent save by Theo Snelders. The dipping volley stopped brilliantly, but here was the ball which caused the trouble from Butcher. Walters getting up well. Drinkle with a lot of time and space, deliberately trying to play that under the crossbar, but Snelders was there. Taken down by McCoist. The tackle came from McKimmie. The foul against McCoist. To body check on Irvin. Here's Brian Irvin now with a free kick. Van der Ark helps it on. There's Wright. Van der Ark to Connor. Far post cross. Great chance for Aberdeen. It's Paul Wright. 2 minutes from the interval. Beautifully constructed goal for Aberdeen. A long free kick started off. Long ball forward. Van der Ark got his head to the ball. He then wins this ball from Sterland. Now look at the quality of the cross from Robert Connor. Right across the far side. Paul Mason coming in, picking out Paul Wright, who couldn't miss from point-blank range. Aberdeen start the second half, and Rangers will be mindful of the fact that they last lost the match on the 7th of January at Fir Park, Motherwell. It's been a remarkable run, which they'll be very anxious to. It's certain doesn't end this afternoon. Aberdeen leading with that goal from Paul Wright just before half-time, and certainly making it perfectly clear they're not here to make up the numbers. Rangers' pride, I'm sure, will motivate them in this second half. They will not want to end the home league season with a defeat, and that should guarantee some excellent entertainment in the 45 minutes to come. Here's Snelders playing his part in keeping the Aberdeen goal intact in the first half. One outstanding save from Kevin Drinkle. McLeish towards Connor. Connor doing very well again for Aberdeen. Back it goes from Wright to Bett. The danger spotted by both Brown and Robertson. Here's McKimmie. Brought down by Ian Ferguson. That was fine play that by McKimmie. Very positive indeed, committing the Rangers players with that run forward. Ian Ferguson was the offender. Jim Bett and Robert Connor over the ball. McLeish is in the box with Van der Ark. So is Irvin. Jim Bett for Aberdeen. A perfect free kick. 6 minutes into the second half, another occasion for the Aberdeen fans to savour. Well, set pieces don't come better than this. Just look at the way this went over the wall, dipped in at the postage stamp, and Woods was beaten. Well, Jim Bett sure of that. His 8th goal of the season. Now Rangers will make a substitution. They're going to bring off young Sandy Robertson, who's certainly shown enough this afternoon to indicate that he's a real prospect for the future. Took a nasty knock early in the match. He's off to warm applause, and he's replaced by Davy Cooper. Always a welcome figure for the Rangers fans. Brown on to Cooper. Here's Monroe. John Brown trying to get away from McKimmie. Sending it in well, and a fine clearing header by Brian Irvin. Excellent play though by Brown. Either way, made room for the cross, slanting that in, and Brian Irvin diving to hit the ball to safety. There's Snelders. Pumped high into the stand behind the goal by Van der Ark. Another corner kick to Rangers. Butcher controlling the ball, using Cooper again. Right to the far post, headed away by David Robertson with yet another corner kick. Andy Gray and Kevin Trinkle waiting in that area. It's Walter's turn to apply the pressure with the corner kick. Goff nods it down for Ian Ferguson. That's for Cooper. McKimmie wins it. Nudging it forward for Mason. Monroe wins it back for Rangers. Cooper now to Ian Ferguson. That's for Andy Gray. Now with Cooper. And the ball driven in there by Davy Cooper. Trying to find a Rangers player making a run into the box. Walters was a shade too remote. Goff underneath that. Paul Wright heads it on for Brian Grant. A chance for Aberdeen again. Turned away by Woods. Well, Rangers almost paying for pushing so many men forward. Badly exposed here as Paul Wright wins that head flick from Mel Sterland. Brian Grant on his left foot, challenged by Goff. It's a good save from Woods. Connor's corner kick headed away by Sterland, only as far as Mason. Here's Jim Bett. Connor still available on the left. Away from Monroe. The header by Van der Ark. That's the third. 72 minutes of the match gone. Van der Ark gets his second goal in Aberdeen colours, and one which he'll remember for a long time. Created again by Robert Connor on the left. Look at the way he goes past Stuart Monroe. Then slants in this fine cross. It was touched on by Butcher. There was Van der Ark, and Woods couldn't keep it out. So the second substitution will be made now by Aberdeen. They're going to take off Paul Mason, who's played very well on the right side of midfield, and they're putting on young Greg Watson. Cooper with a free kick. There's Andy Gray, and a save from Snelders to remember. 7 minutes from the end. This is superb play. Andy Gray's header, and Snelders at his best. Sterland. There's Andy Gray. Well, that's not his better foot, the right. I'd like to hook that into the net, but didn't trouble Theo Snelders. And there goes the final whistle. Referee Bob Valentine takes the ball from Theo Snelders. Rangers have won the league, but Aberdeen have won all the honours this afternoon. And Terry Butcher leads the Rangers players back onto the field to collect the league championship trophy. Rangers fans greet their heroes again. President of the league, Jack Steedman, here from Clydebank hands the trophy to the Rangers captain, Terry Butcher. The second time in 3 seasons Butcher has held the trophy aloft. But passing it down the Rangers players. Well, the Rangers teddy bear there. Well, Sterling, a late arrival on the scene from Sheffield Wednesday. Kevin Drinkle's first complete season. Stuart Monroe, one of the unsung heroes. There's Mark Walters. And Richard Gough. The keeper who had that traumatic middle of the season break with through illness, Chris Woods.
Can I just say a few words on behalf of the lads? I know we've had a very poor afternoon. I think we saved our worst display for the last and best game of the season. But nevertheless, I'm glad that this bad game is out of the way, because we've got a hell of a game next week.
So the championship goes to Rangers, but Aberdeen must be regretting those 14 drawn games, a total surpassed only by Queen's Park in Division 2. A Joe Miller goal gave Celtic the points at last.